Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, well, we're going to be talking about information, like a lot of, free information that you guys can use in order to, help you make your move out here or help you plan your travel itinerary out here and all that good stuff. So I know a lot of you guys, use my videos or other YouTube videos out there, or you guys use things like the information I put on my website and all this other good stuff, out there that's already out there. There's a tons of free information out there, not just what I provide, but what others also provide out there for you guys to make your choice and your final decision on whether you're going to come out here to Mexico, or specifically to Merida, Mexico. Okay, because yeah, there's a lot of stuff out there that you can use, in order to make your move, but sometimes it's not specific to this region and this area of the Yucatan. Because I am in the country of Mexico, but I am in the state of the Yucatan, and this is the capital city of Merida, Mexico. Okay, of Merida. And that's kind of like what we're doing out here. So a lot of times, there's tons of you guys are always asking me all kinds of questions and asking me, all kinds of things. Everything you could imagine is asked of me, and I don't have all the answers to everything. I really don't. I don't have the answers to I only have answers to things that I've encountered, or things that I've been through, or things that I've gone through, or have helped other people with. But I don't have all the answers. I haven't been here forever. I've only been here a little bit under 3 years, like 2.5 years or whatever. So, one of the things that I like to use out there to give to you guys, as an extra, as extra knowledge and information for you guys to make your decision, is to go to the Facebook groups. Now, I'm gonna say this with a little bit of a caveat. I am on Facebook, but I don't ever interact with any of you on Facebook. Okay, I have my own website. I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, I'm on like 7 million websites, and I'm all over the internet. By the way, it's like raining and windy, that's why it's a little messed up out here. Hopefully you guys don't see much, just my pretty face. But anyways, the point I'm making is that I'm not on Facebook. You guys are always asking me, hey, what's your Facebook, what's your Facebook this, what's your Facebook? I'm not on there because, as you guys already know, it's crazy censored. I'm not a real huge fan of the whole Facebook thing, and the reality is that the only reason I have an account is because a lot of us need an account, and for too many reasons. I don't want to get into that, but the real reason I have it is just, again, to keep in touch with my friends and family, like my real friends and family. So, like, unless I know you personally, or unless you're like my family member that I know, we're not going to be friends on Facebook. But one thing that I can offer you is free help, okay, to go onto Facebook yourself. Man, it's already raining. Whatever. See, I had to go make this walk by myself, because I had to go get something at one of the stores over here. I had to go talk to somebody, and I was like, man, this is the only time I have, and it's raining right now. We're gonna do it anyway. All right, whatever. I don't think it's gonna rain too much. It's just a little bit of a sprinkle, but whatever. It is what it is. It is that time of year after all. But anyways, the whole Facebook thing, just because I don't use Facebook, just because I'm not on Facebook, it doesn't mean that Facebook isn't a huge treasure trove of information, a huge bastion of information that you guys can definitely use, for your purposes, all right, of help, because that's basically what it is, right? So let's get into it real quick. First of all, how do you locate these groups on Facebook? All right, now it's starting to rain a little hard. All right, let me just stay here for a minute. Hopefully you guys can see me, right? Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I gotta stay under the roof for a minute. Okay. As it rains. But yeah, guys, as I was saying, the Facebook groups, in order for you to look for them and find them, they're basically the Merida Mexico Expat Groups. So again, go to Facebook, okay, go under the groups, searching for groups. Again, I'm not a Facebook guy, but just search under groups, okay, go in that area of finding groups, and then look for Merida Mexico Expat Groups. Again, so just Merida Mexico expats in Merida, Mexico, you know, something along those lines, okay? Something along the lines of what I just said there, okay? And you're gonna find all the groups out there. I'm not gonna mention any groups by specifically or anything like that. There's a bunch of groups, but you guys can figure it out once you're there. All right, but basically in those groups is basically all of the expats that live out here in one shape, form or another. I'm in those groups as well, but I don't really talk or say much in those groups because, again, I have a certain opinion and a certain, you know.
What's the matter? You got some sand in your vagina?
No, I don't have sand in my vagina.
Don't mind Kyle, everyone. He's just got a little sand in his vagina.
There's no sand in my vagina.
You know what I mean? Like, there's certain ways that I think that are not necessarily in line with the ways that the people think on the Facebook, which is fine. It's not a big deal, but it doesn't mean that you know, we can't share and educate ourselves and talk and then form a community all together, you know, talking about all these things and going more in depth, you know, with all these things. So like I said, anytime that I don't have an answer personally, what I end up doing is I always end up, you know, telling people, go to Facebook, go to the Merida Mexico expat groups, go to the Yucatan expat groups, you know, go to the, again, depending on where you're going, if you're going to Cancun, Quintana Roo, there's like, each one has like a bunch of little expat groups as far as I know. And that's where you can find all your answers, because I don't, you know, some people ask me, it's like, hey, what is the best cancer doctor treatment, whatever. I get that asked a lot. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not, this isn't my department or anything like that. Or I just get asked so many questions in which I just don't have the answer to, because that's not my department. And then again, everything I do here, as you already know, is for free. So unless it's something that I can actually provide the answer to immediately and give you some sort of you know, gateway so you guys can you know what I mean, find your answer immediately and get to it, I'm not gonna go do any extra work or any digging or any homework or anything like that, because again, time is money, and unfortunately, you know what I mean, I don't have the time to sit here for hours and hours and hours just to answer one question for one individual, when basically all you got to do is go on Facebook, ask that same question there, and you'll get your answer within 5 minutes. Whatever a question is, again, if you can't get the question from me and my channel and stuff like that, you can definitely get it on the Facebook expat groups. That is for sure. All right, so, all right, it's still raining, but fuck it. We're walking a little bit in the rain, okay? It's raining a little less now because I gotta get to the bakery. So, actually, I gotta get to the bakery because one of you guys watches my videos on a regular basis, and well, the bakery belongs to a family member, and you guys want me to come over and hang out and maybe do a video and all that stuff. So that's, I need to go to the bakery to pick up some stuff for the cooking channel, for the cooking video today. And at the same time I go, you know what, let me see if I can have a conversation with these individuals here and go from there. So I think the bakery's up ahead. Where's the bakery? Somewhere here. Let me make sure and pass it, because it's still raining. Yeah, okay, so it's a little further this way. I see it. All right, but yeah, guys, so I mean, you know, the Facebook groups are a huge treasure trove of information, and again, I use it sometimes, you know what I mean? I sometimes go on there, or Christian goes on there in Spanish. If you speak Spanish and you go into the Spanish groups, even better, even more knowledge, even more information, even more stuff that you can get than most typical American expats or you know what I mean, or any other expat might not be able to get. If you speak the language, that takes it to another level, because then you can join the local groups of the local people, and like I said, really be able to take advantage of all that. But as for now, you know, the only thing that's in a sense like available to you, but it is available to you, is the American, or again, just the expats, you know, because there's all kinds of people there from Canada, from Europe, from everybody, and they're all speaking English for the most part. So, and you'll be able to find groups and people there and all kinds of things. So, all right, well, I'm here at the bakery, so let me do bakery stuff, okay? I'll be back in a bit and we'll finish this conversation on the way back. All right, guys, well, I just left the bakery. They actually gave me a bunch of awesome goodies, so we got some desserts for later for me and Christian. And I'm gonna be coming back in a couple days. Again, I was just picking up a couple things that I needed from the bakery, but also I wanted to set up an appointment, you know, to come back in a couple days to do a little bit of filming with them, to do an episode with them. To come and show you a real Mexican bakery and all that stuff, because again, they're the ones that reached out to me. They saw my channel, they checked me out, they saw who I was, and they're like, oh cool, you know, this guy lives right by our house, you know what I mean, let's call him up. And they did, and I came over, and bam. And by the way, anyone out there I know there's tons of people that live in Merida, Mexico, and you guys are always watching my videos one form or another. If you want me to come to your place, please, by all means, feel free to hit me up. You already know what to do. Or if you have family out here and you would like me to visit them and do something with them and all that good stuff, please, again, feel free to hit me up. I'll be more than happy to set something up. We do it all the time, and you know, definitely we're going to be doing it a lot more now as things are starting to open up again. So, all right, sorry, just trying to step here without falling. It's wet and rainy and humid and hot everywhere. So we went from nice, cold, chill weather to raining. As I was in there talking to them, it was pouring rain. I was just, you know, again, we're just having a conversation until the weather got better and I was able to walk back home. Nice and hot and humid. Anyways, all right, so back to what we were saying about the Facebook groups. So, you know, it's not just the Facebook groups, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of other free online information, not just all the free online information I provide. And again, as you guys already know, you know what I mean? Like, I'm constantly giving you guys free information. I want you guys to be able to be self-sustainable and figure all this out and all that good stuff. So, you know, just like I was talking on last episode, which was a live stream. Remember last episode we did the 1,000 subscriber live stream? Yeah, you know, celebrating 1,000 subscribers. By the way, by the time you're watching this, which is this is the next video in line, we are already at I think like 1,030. So the channel is growing very fast and it keeps growing. And you know, as it keeps growing, remember I have another channel in which I talk about Merida too. On top of that, I also have 2 other more channels. So I got people constantly hitting me up for all kinds of things. It's not just about, you know, the Merida Mexico content and Merida Mexico information. You know, you guys hit me up for all kinds of things. You know, basically you guys sometimes hit me about, you know, hey, you know, what do I think about Bitcoin, or how can I purchase it, or what Bitcoin things, or talking about basically, you know what I mean, just about anything and everything that you could imagine. Because again, just like I talk about so many subjects and so many things on my channel, you know, you guys also want to talk to me about these things. Sometimes you guys literally hire me for a couple hours of business consulting because you guys have a business or trying to set up a business, or, you know, need some help with, you know, XYZ. And that's kind of like where I come in, you know what I mean? I come in and help you out with all that. So like I said, you know what I mean, I'm involved with a lot of things. You know what, let me see, let me just come through here first, because there was one thing I needed to get at the store, at the other store, and they didn't have it. So now I gotta come to this other store and pick it up because I'm already out and about. So, but yeah, guys, you know, at the end of the day, guys, you know, it's not that hard, you know what I mean? The hardest part is taking the first step. The hardest part is actually, you know, going through with it. But the reality is that when I first came out here, there was no information. You know, I mean, there was information, but there was very little information. That's why I decided to make this channel and talk about all the things that I talk about. like the virus. Careful, don't get the virus. But you know, the reality is that, you know, the reason I provide all this information is because I never had this information when I was out there looking for it. And there's a lot of misconceptions, and there's a lot of you know, again, knowledge out there that is not right. You know what I mean? There's just like a lot of misconceptions. There's a lot of you know, fake news. There's a lot of everything out there. And so again, another reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I want to make sure that a lot of you, that you guys have as much information as possible to make this decision and stop again, stop making excuses and just start doing it already.
Do
at this point, you know, there's a lot of you guys out there that have already come out here, you know, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever, and there was absolutely zero knowledge. In fact, we didn't even have a smartphone. We didn't have anything, and yet you guys still made it out here. And I made it out here with zero knowledge, but again, at least I had a smartphone and a computer and other things like that. And so with that being said, you know, now there's really no excuse. You know what I mean? Now you got everything behind you. I mean, I get the excuse now is that, you know, you're not even allowed to leave your home or your country or whatever, but that's another story for another moment. Right now, I actually need to go in there real quick and see if I can purchase what I need to purchase. And then after that, we're gonna finish the conversation on the way back home, okay? All right, so no baked goods there. All right, basically what I was looking for is a big loaf of bread, because I'm doing some shrimp scampi with some garlic bread, and today's you know, cooking live video. And that's basically why I went to the bakery to begin with, to get the bread. But the one thing that I keep, forgetting and not getting used to out here is the fact that things are a little different out here, in the sense that the bakeries, for example, there's a lot of things that are a little different out here, obviously, but the bakery, that's like a major thing that is very different out here. So for example, the bakery doesn't like put out its baked goods for the day until like around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? And then they sell them throughout the night. They sell them throughout, whenever I'm doing a video or working, and you see like that guy in that little cart, making the noises, honk honk, and all that stuff. They're selling bread. So basically they bake their bread throughout the day. At 3 p.m. they're nice and fresh. And I'm talking about the bread, the sweets, the desserts, all kinds of things like that. And then they go out, and start going through the neighborhoods and selling them. So you can either go to the bakery and get it freshly baked, or you can just wait at your house and have the guy deliver it to your house every day. And so sometimes, I can go to the store, which is, again, I messed up because last night, instead of getting the bread from the guy and holding it till today, for the garlic bread, for example, what I did was whatever, I'll just go get it in the morning. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm in Mexico and the bakeries here are not open in the morning. Okay, so when I got home, the wife actually rectified the whole thing. Bakeries are open early out here, but they're not open as early as in the US or Europe or other parts where, we're used to having bakeries open very, very crazy early. Out here, they might open a little later, 8, 9 in the morning, give or take. Maybe earlier, but maybe later, but definitely it's a little different of schedule. They eat bread out here with almost every meal, so it's not rice, but it's either bread or tortillas. And they eat sweets a lot. There's a lot of sweets that they eat throughout the day and night. So it's constantly being eaten out here. So it's a different schedule and a different culture and a different everything when it comes to the bread and the sweets and the bakeries. But again, that's expected, right? We are in a different country. So okay, back to what I was saying. I just wanted to add that little bit of information. We're used to in the US, if you're a baker, you go into work at like 3 in the morning, you know what I mean? And you're baking all through the night until, early in the morning when people wake up and they want their coffee and their baked good, whatever it is, whether it's a donut or a muffin or whatever, they get it nice and freshly baked, again, at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning or whatever. So it's very different. So that's like another difference. So again, that's why I created this channel and I talk about all the things on this channel, because there's just so many things like that are just very different, and you'll never know until you've been here for a very long time and you're starting to figure it out, or you just have someone like me tell you, or you listen to, you listen to this video talking about this experience. Oh, look at this cute doggy, and so on and so forth. All right, so that's kind of like where we're at with that. All right, let me go through here. I want to get run over. So, another thing is that, I was gonna make a video about this, and I think I'm gonna make one in the future talking about this. But basically, I gotta make a new Mexico update. I gotta do a new virus update, because again, things are opening up every single day, more and more and more. The whole city keeps opening up, the whole state keeps opening up, the whole country keeps opening up, because as other parts of the world are fucking closing down, we're actually opening up here. By the way, it's so hot and so humid. I'm huffing and puffing. I haven't even walked that much today, but that goes to show you how much heat and humidity hit here. And again, thank God that every time the wind blows, it's nice and cool. That's like, the difference, we're in fall going into winter now, as opposed to, being in the hot summer, where right now I'd be crawling on the floor. I'm so dead hot and humid and bothered and all that stuff. But again, guys, the reason I bring up the Facebook thing, and I'm actually making a whole video dedicated to the whole Facebook thing, is basically because the fact that I don't hang out in those groups. I don't hang out in those groups because my opinion is on the other side of the spectrum than the people's opinions on these groups, for the most part.
What's the matter? You got some sand in your vagina?
No, I don't have sand in my vagina.
Don't mind Kyle, everyone. He's just got a little sand in his vagina.
There's no sand in my vagina.
There's a lot of people in these Facebook groups that actually share my opinion and share your opinion when it comes to a lot of the things that we talk about, but not so much. So as long as you go to these groups and you are just talking about you know, again, where can I get this and that? Do you guys know a doctor for that? Do you guys know where I can get a repair for, you know, my car? Do you guys know what kind of licenses I need in order to drive down to Mexico? Do you know what kind of animals I can bring on certain plane and certain, you know, for all kinds of questions like that I'm just not going to have the answer to, and I'm not going to be able to get the answer for. You know, that's what Facebook groups are for. As long as you keep it apolitical, I try to, because it's very hard, because that's the thing about these groups, is that there's a lot of people in these groups that have not left their country behind, and they still talk about their country of origin as if they lived in their country of origin, and so on and so forth. You know, which again, if you're living out here and this is part of your life now, well, this is what you should be focusing on, right? But I digress, okay? Again, I don't want to get sidetracked with all that. You know, at the end of the day, it's you know, going to the Facebook groups is a huge you know, asset for you to have, and a huge asset for anyone to have that's really looking forward to coming out here to Mexico, and especially Merida, Mexico. There's expat groups all over Mexico, okay? There's expat groups all over Facebook about all the Mexico cities and states and stuff like that, but we're basically talking about the state of the Yucatan at the moment, all right? The most important you know, state, at least for anyone watching this, because again, for most people out there, you know what I mean, you guys are looking to move out here or live out here, so that's what we're talking about here. All right, and in fact, yeah, the reason I came out here is because I remember a while ago I was walking the dog and I was showing you guys some chaya, and that wasn't chaya, it was a completely wrong tree. So here's some chaya, because I was walking with Christian out here the other day, and this is a chaya tree, an actual chaya tree. So this is what it looks like. If you see this anywhere out here in the Yucatan, like these leaves, all right, don't touch it, because this stuff right here is poison. All right, and there's nothing wrong with it, you know what I mean? It's not going to kill you. This is actually a really great medicinal plant. But you see like the huge tree that it is? It's a big tree, and look at these leaves. Okay, so these leaves are like poison ivy, you know what I mean? If you touch these, oh, my head just touched it. Oh, good thing I got my hair there. But anyways, but if you see these trees, you know, these trees, again, if you know how to work these trees, I mean, meaning if you know how to cook these trees and process these leaves and stuff like that, then you're good to go. You know what you're looking at. But if you don't know what you're looking at, this is like poison ivy, and if you touch it, your dog touches it, anyone touches it, it's going to be no bueno, just like poison ivy. So again, these are like little itty bitty things that you're probably not going to find anywhere unless you're looking at, you know, whether it's a Facebook groups or you're hanging out with me on my channel and all this other stuff. And it's just countless things like that, tons of information. Anyways, I just wanted to show you what the tree looked like, because they're all over Mexico, all over Merida, all over the Yucatan. It's part of being out here. But again, this is a very sacred medicinal tree that the Mayans use. Basically, you get those leaves, you boil them. Once you boil them and they're processed, then you're able to cook with them. And it's like spinach, you know what I mean? So you can make like chaya with eggs. You can use chaya for a million things like the people do out here. And it's super good, super medicinal, super delicious, super awesome. So yeah, if you like things like kale, spinach, any kind of like leafy greens, you'll love that, you know what I mean? And again, it's really, really good for you, but you got to know how to process it and all that other stuff. And just like everything else, you know, everything out here in Mexico is very beautiful and amazing and awesome. But if you don't know how to get around, if you don't know how to process it correctly, if you don't know you know, how to really take it all in, if you don't know, I mean, forget it, you know what I mean? You're gonna have a really hard time, and you might not enjoy yourself at all. And a lot of people come out here, they're out here for a little while, and then they're running away back to where they came from because it just overwhelmed them too much. This is again why I continue doing these videos and things like that, because you know, the reality is that, you know, it's not that overwhelming. A lot of people always talk about whether it's safety, well, you know, whatever it is, you know what I mean? It's like, again, it's so much fake propaganda out there. Again, when you're out here, you'll find that the most difficult thing for you to realize is that everything is running on fucking Mexican time. You need a lot more patience than you originally thought, and that things are just on a different schedule out here, and that's about it. You know what I mean? Other than that, you know, and you get used to it real quick, because at the end of the day, if you're out here, you know, you're out here because you're literally running away from something, whether it's the hustle and bustle or whether it's that life that we live back home that you don't want to live anymore. So again, I know I went up on my little rant there, but really, again, this whole video is just for you to get more information, you know. And again, what's the best place for you to get the most information besides my website, besides you know, what is it, my YouTube pages and all that other stuff? again, go to Facebook and find the Facebook groups out there. And again, if you're in those Facebook groups, every once in a while you might see me there. Like the other day, they were complaining in the groups about, you know, too many people at the beach without their mask on and actually enjoying the beach. And that's what the expats were complaining about, until I said, hey, I'm glad that everybody's out. I'm glad that things are getting back to normal. I'm glad that we live in Mexico and we don't have to worry about all this crap. Viva Mexico and all this stuff. And some people loved what I said. And a lot of people hated what I had to say. So, and again, we're gonna make so many videos on so many things. Look, right now, noise. We gotta make a video on noise. This is actually really, really quiet. But if you guys already know and watch my channels, noise is a major concern here. And we're gonna be talking about noise. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things on this channel, as you know. In fact, the next episode's coming up. We're gonna be talking about banking and cash-only society out here. We're gonna be talking about what can you get extradited or not, you know what I mean? So if you move out here and you got some sort of petty crime or some sort of situation. So we got a lot of videos talking about a lot of topics that you're not gonna really be hearing on any other channel. So yeah, stay tuned for those, guys. All right, well, long enough episode. I'm already home and I got a lot of things I gotta do. So thanks again for watching. You already know the deal. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit that bell icon. But more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.